Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have Nick, Sneha, and Trang on the line. Thanks for joining me, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
So Nick, Sneha, and Trang are both, all three of them are clients of mine. And so I thought what we could do is get together and just answer a few questions on how you like working with Career Coaching Pro. Does that work for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So question number one is for Nick. And the question is, do you think it's important to work with a career coach and why?
Yes, so I do think it is important to work with a career coach as they can be an instrumental part of your career move. Their expertise can improve your professional skills and presence online to attract the types of opportunities you are seeking. Not to mention that the feedback they provide can help speed up this process because they can point out blind spots in your skill set.
Thank you so much, Nick. Those are all really good points. Okay, question number two then is, what kinds of services did you receive from Career Coaching Pro? And Trang, would you like to answer that one?
Yes. So Carmelina was actually my mentor when I was participating in the Career Foundry Bootcamp, and during my time there, she was helping me with the bootcamp curriculum, making sure that I was aware of some of the industry standards, knowledge, UX knowledge, as well as helping me create my portfolio in LinkedIn, which helped to actually increase my online presence. And after my portfolio and LinkedIn was published, I actually received a lot of messages from recruiters from different companies. Also, she helped me with resume and networking as well.
Thank you, Trang. And you actually received how many offers after we were working together for some time?
I actually got 4 offers.
Thank you, Trang. Congratulations again on that. All right. So next up then is for Sneha. So do you feel career coaching was worth the investment and why?
Yeah, I absolutely feel that it was worth the investment because it saved me so much time. And I was working like in a vicious cycle, not able to identify what's going wrong. A reflection on the things that I was not doing right, and I needed work, and my learning curve was so high. I got so good perspective on how people view me, how should I improve my interview skills, my working skills altogether. It was definitely worth the investment, and it definitely helped me to boost my confidence also at the end of it. So yeah, I would recommend it definitely.
Thank you so much, Sneha. And you just started your new job, right?
Yes, I just started that last month, mid of last month. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Sneha. All right, question number 4 is for Nick. It says, would you recommend working with Career Coaching Pro as a career coach and why?
Yeah, so having worked with Carmelina, I do recommend her services as they are customized to your professional needs. It's not a one-size-fits-all. She works with you to find out what you specifically need to move forward. And she so far has delivered results for me, which have been fantastic.
Thanks, Nick. So excited for you and all of the interest you've been getting lately.
Likewise.
Okay, number 5 for Trang is, how soon after having started working with Carmelina did you see an increase in interest and a return on investment?
So like I mentioned earlier, right after I published my portfolio in LinkedIn, about like 2 or 3 weeks after that, I started, seeing a lot of messages from recruiters. And I actually, received messages on a weekly basis as well. So.
Okay, the next question is for Trang and Sneha. What kind of companies have reached out to you with interest?
I think I had varied, types of companies reaching out to me. At a time, I was really overwhelmed because of the interview process and everything all together going at the same time. I didn't know how to manage everything. So Interest, I would say reaching out to me happened very quickly after we got aligned with the digital presence. And I think almost daily I used to have these companies reaching out to me. I had to maintain this Excel sheet, actually, like how many are reaching out, what is my current states with them. And it was amazing to see that difference just instantly. And yeah, I got it. I finally ended up having almost like 5 offers. And the companies I was interviewing also was before that, the process was also really well guided by Carmelina. So yeah.
Thank you, Sneha. I'm so excited for you and all of the interest and offers you got as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Trang, do you want to add to that a little bit?
Yes. So the kind of companies that reach out to me with interest actually ranges from like Fortune 500 to like mid-cap and startup companies, and those companies are in different industries, such as investments management companies, publishing, real estate, even like fleet management for like truck, and also e-commerce.
Thank you so much, Trang. And I just wanted to add too that I think it's important to call out that, each person has their pros and cons on what kind of company and industry they want to work in. And I know that's something that we definitely work on together, right? Is trying to figure out where you would be happiest in your role. So it really is up to you where you guys decide to work. And you could work at, startups versus companies that have been around for a very long time, and industry agencies. There's so many different kinds of organizations and so many different pros and cons, and not everybody is going to be happy at all of those companies. So it's important to make sure that we figure out where you would be happiest in the future.
Yes, exactly. And I'm pretty sure Sneha also, like, same as me, like we had a difficult time deciding which company we want to be a part of. And I mean, like, some of the company has have some really good offers to me, but at the end of the day, like, I was struggling choosing which one, and Camilla had actually guided me through the process of like choosing which one I think, or which one would kind of match my previous experience, and which one I would be the most happy at working with. So yeah, that was very helpful of Carmelina.
Yeah, Trang, I totally agree with you. There was a similar experience for me. I was like, what to do next?
Yes.
Which one to choose? And I couldn't believe that I was in that position from where I started with Carmelina. And yeah, I used to give her a call and message her, I have a news, but I don't know whether I should go for it or not. And she was like, nope, I know where you should be. You know what your interest is, and stick to that. And giving me that direction and keeping my head straight was very important. And sometimes it's easy to get diverted, because some of them were, good offers versus the other, but which one is the ideal fit? Carmelina really helped me out to identify that. And thanks to that, because I am really happy with the choices I made. So, yeah.
I'm so glad, Sneha and Trang.
I'm actually very happy with my current company, because of the mission. We both align in like the mission we want to do in the world, not just all the benefits they are offering, but what we're actually making some differences. Also, yeah, that's why I really love where I'm at right now.
Awesome. I'm so glad for both of you. And Nick, I know we just started working recently, but you have a lot to look forward to. So anything that you want to add to that?
Yes, the interest from companies since working with Carmelina has picked up and added considerably. It's been great seeing the increased interest and opportunities that align with my career goals.
Thank you so much, Nick. And the next question is for you, actually, so that's a good segue. The next is, are the services that you've received personalized to your needs, Nick?
Yes, I was able to work with Carmelina to strategize an approach that would position me for my next career move, moving from development back to the design space. We were able to tailor our collaboration sessions around these career goals to make progressive steps towards our desired roles.
Awesome, Nick. Thank you so much for that. And I just wanted to add too that it's important to make sure that we are assessing your transferable skills from your past lives if you are career changers, and making sure that we are adding all of those that are relevant to your future job. And so I think that is definitely something that I worked on as well with Trang and Nick. So hopefully that has been another way that I've personalized your needs for your services as well. Okay, so next up is for Sneha. It says, have you worked with another career specialist? And if so, what makes Career Coaching Pro different from the others?
I have not worked with a career specialist before you, Carmelina. And that's why my pleasant surprise was overall through the journey, because I remember one evening I was really frustrated, low, lost my confidence, constantly getting rejections, and didn't know where things are going wrong, because, you know, things have been happening pretty good in my last job. And the fact that I was lost, I was like, I don't know what to do next. I received your, I think LinkedIn request at that evening. And as a career coach, it was, I think, a gift from God. I would say that just like, oh, I see a career coach. I don't know, like, let's find out. And I met you, and I think we connected instantly. I needed that warmth, and overall, not only guiding me, but given that warmth, and especially at that time of where we started, that patience that, you know, things are going to be all right. Let's start from the start, the scratch, and you will be getting into a place. And I didn't believe you, honestly, at that time, because I lost all my confidence at that time. But it was change. It was a day and night difference. I mean, the way we tackled everything from resume to LinkedIn to interviewing. I mean, not that we did not receive rejections after that, we did, but our perspective, my perspective towards how I was handling job hunting absolutely changed. And thanks to you for that. I definitely think so. It was worth the effort with you.
Thank you so much, Sneha. And I feel exactly the same way about having met you. So thank you. And the others too, of course, Trang and Nick. All right, so next question then is for Trang and Sneha. It says, what is the most critical piece of information you received while working with me that really stood out to you?
Trang, do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I'll go. So the most critical piece of information, besides, you know, other wonderful things that, you know, Carmelina had brought up, I think, you know, confidence is one of the most important thing, because, you know, coming from Vietnam, and also I'm a woman, right? You know, like trying to get into the tech world, like sometimes I felt like, you know, maybe I wasn't a good fit for the industry. You know, like I changed my career from like an interpreter to, you know, UX designer, and so sometimes I was like, is it even a good fit for me? Like, you know, it's like I'm so not courage to step into a new industry, a new world where, you know, like it's so male dominant, and I'm just like a woman, and sometimes it's like very discouraging. However, like looking at Carmelina, she's been in this industry for years, and she's, you know, been very successful. She's like a really like a role model for me. Like she can do it, I can do it. And so we had a lot of conversation back and forth, just talking about, you know, where I come from, you know, where I don't feel like confident stepping into this new world for me. You know, Carmelina was there just to ensure that I will be able to make it, I can do it, and I will do it well. And so through a lot of like conversation, you know, my confidence actually increased, and now I'm, you know, actually doing very well in my new position. So confidence is actually, yeah, again, adding to your previous answer to the previous question, right? Confident as a woman coming from an ethnic background will be able to have, will be able to also make a lot of influence, in the world. So, yeah. Thanks,
Thank you
Carl.
so much, Trang. Of course, yeah, and inclusion is huge right now in any industry, and so I'm so glad for you. And Sneha, you probably feel pretty similar, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's very similar. I think I, I feel for how we had anticipated initially our journey to be, our journey took a bit longer than we thought it would to land up where we are right now. So we have gone through some really ups and downs, and every piece of her, every stage, she had a key moment with me. Like we had a key moment where she gave me that piece of advice, and I like kept it in my mind, like no matter what, and helped me to push forward.
Mhm.
So I remember like when I first met her, she mentioned to me like, you lack confidence, I can see it. Like I told her, I don't know why I'm not getting a job. And she told me that you lack confidence. That's why probably you're not getting a job. There could be 1,000 reasons, but that's something very evident.
Mhm.
Then moving forward, I remember there was an evening, like there was an afternoon, I was sitting with her after a lot of rejections, doubting myself, like, maybe it's not worth it, what it's taking so much long, what to do next. I think that push towards, we are almost there, Sneha, you're going to go through, and you're going to end up giving me examples of others also going through the same, and helping me to push through was really important. It has not been a very easy journey, so her push was constantly very important for me to keep going for the next thing. So I think that was really important. Other than that, also I feel that Carmelina's guidance towards how am I approaching people was also important, played a very crucial part. I always meant good. I was approaching them and I was talking to people, writing them emails or contacting them in a particular way, but she gave me a new perspective about how to write it, changing the language, how approaching those things made a huge difference on how they responded me back.
Mhm.
Very technically, if you ask, that was a game changer. I still use it the way she has taught me at that time, and makes a difference. I think communication wise, she has helped me a lot also. So yeah, that critical piece, if you say communication, definitely Carmelina has helped me a lot.
Thank you so much. And I think it's a great segue into the last question. We only have a few minutes left here, but the question is, when you're using a career coach to look for a new job, do you see opportunities to utilize them as well in the future? And the things that you did learn while we were working together, it sounds like you also are using them in your current roles as well. Did anyone want to touch on that before we go today?
Yeah, definitely. I think that for me, it's like I mentioned before, it's like a lifetime partnership. I have learned every session with you something new. And there is always, especially in the field of UX, you are always learning something new about new industry or how you work. There's always something new coming in. And I think that's how it should be. My learning curve was really high, and I look forward to having you as my partner, as my mentor throughout, like how am I moving forward, and have that reflection constantly uh, in front of me to give me further guidance.
Thank you so much, Sneha. And I honestly, I'm just so grateful to all of you for the opportunity to work with you, and looking forward to continuing that mentorship as you guys move along your career. So thank you so much for joining today, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.